Hello, hello. This is Raymond the MetaMan, and I'm bringing you a very time-sensitive, urgent video on the price prediction of Bitcoin. Because you see, Bitcoin's been falling quite a bit lately, and so you need to know, is it going to keep falling? Is it going to stay the same? Or is it going to suddenly turn around and rise? And I have the answer for you. Keep watching. But by the way, if you just want to learn about sand, my favorite coin in the metaverse, just go right here and click on that and you'll switch to sand immediately. But if you're still here, it's because you want to know about Bitcoin. Now, why do you want to know about Bitcoin and how is it related to metaverse? Well, typically when the big gigantic whale of Bitcoin goes down, it typically drags the altcoins down with it. And when it goes up, it pulls all the altcoins up with it. It's not exactly true because recently Bitcoin has gone down considerably, and yet sand, my favorite coin in the metaverse, has gone from about $1 to $8. So sand has mooned up whilst Bitcoin has fallen. So it's not exactly true, but typically when Bitcoin goes up, it's like when the tide comes in, all the ships rise. So let's get going. The way we're going to do it is split it into two parts. You always have to look at fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Fundamental analysis looks at the macroeconomy in the world and sees what the big macro trend is. And then the graphs, which is the technical analysis, tell you what's going to happen like right now in the short term. So let's look at the macro analysis, the fundamental analysis. And that is the United States government is printing money faster than it's ever printed money before. Just a couple of weeks ago, they passed $1 trillion bill, and there's another $1 trillion bill coming up soon that I'm sure will get passed. And they don't have that money in their bank account. And they don't borrow it. What they do is they just print it. They just make it up out of nothing, actually out of nothing. And it's just like printing more money, printing. Well, if you print more money, then each dollar bill becomes worth less. Not only actually less, like you can't buy as many euro, or you can't buy as many Canadian dollars, or you can't buy as many British pound sterling, but also it's worth less in people's minds. And so the credibility has fallen. So the long-term prospect for the US dollar is down. It's a fiat, F-I-A-T, a fiat currency, which means it's just made up by each sovereign government, and it relies on other people believing in it. If you don't believe in it, and lots of people don't believe in it, it goes down in value. And when such a case happens, then there's what's called a flight to safety. You might want to write that down, a flight to safety. And it's traditionally been a flight to gold for the last several hundred years, but for the last since 2013, it's been a flight to Bitcoin, a flight to Bitcoin. So that's a fundamental analysis of why Bitcoin is very strong and will tend to go up. But now we have to look at the graph to see what's exactly going on right now. Because even though Bitcoin might go, here's my thought, just a thought, that by January, February, March, Bitcoin will be roughly double what it is today. So I expect it'll go from roughly $60,000 to roughly $120,000 by Q1 of 2022. But in the meantime, it could do what it likes. In the meantime, in the short term, it could go up or sideways or down. So let's look at the graph to figure out. Now, here you see the graph of Bitcoin. You see that I'm showing you Bitcoin for a 90-day period. And you can see there's a purple line that I've drawn for you. That's what technical analysis does, is it draws lines on the graph. Look at the purple line that I drew in, and you'll see it's at about $54,000. And somewhere around early October of this year, Bitcoin broke above 54,000 and then fell back down and stopped at 54,000, because what that means is people are saying, oh my gosh, at 54,000, it's a great deal. And then it peaked up a bit and fell down. And when it fell down to 54, people say, oh, that's a good deal. And then it went up again and fell down, but not even to 54,000 before people said, oh my gosh, it's a good deal, and then went up again. But now fast forward almost to today, you see in the last week, it fell down to 54,000, went up a bit. A day later, it bounced back down to 54 and then bounced up and then went down to 54 and bounced back up. So 54,000 is what is called support. There's support at 54,000. And because it has tested that support, in other words, it's gone down to 54,000 or very close to that so many times and bounce back up. That's called a strong support. And so it's very unlikely that Bitcoin in the near future will go below 54,000. And I was going to make this video just a couple hours ago when the current spike over the last couple hours, current spike up hadn't happened yet. And I was just going to predict that Bitcoin was going to go up, but darn it, it stole my thunder, because by the time I got around to recording this, it had already taken a nice little jump up to about 50, a little over 55,000. But in the meantime, there's only three things that Bitcoin can do. It can go up, it can go sideways, or it can go down. Now, I'd like to not eliminate going down, but I'd like to put a small probability on going down. And the reason is, as I've just explained, it has tested its support and found strong support at 54,000. So it's unlikely to go down. Can it go down? Yeah, of course. It can do whatever it likes. I'm not telling you what will happen. I'm telling you probabilities. Now, the other two options are sideways or up. You might say, well, in the last couple hours, it's obviously gone up, so it's going to continue to do that. No, it can go up and down and do what the heck it likes. So there is a chance that it'll go up or sideways. And the giant probability in my mind is that it's going to go sideways for a while. It's going to go sideways for a while. It might have gone up a smidge in the last couple hours, but it can go down a smidge and up and down and up and down. So I think it's going to go sideways, which is called consolidating. And then it's going to go up. When? Sometime in December, I think it's going to moon, and it's going to moon to around $120,000. That's what I think. Now, why is that important to you? Well, first of all, you might own Bitcoin, which is good if it doubles. That's wonderful. But also you might own any coins, for example, in the metaverse. And when Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins, that means the alternative coins, alternate to Bitcoin. Any altcoin means any other coin, even including Ethereum, that's not Bitcoin. Any coin that's not Bitcoin. So about 5,000 coins. So Bitcoin is one coin, and 4,999 others are called altcoins. So my guess is, just a guess, I think the highest probability is Bitcoin will go sideways. Now this is being recorded November 28th, 2021 in the evening. And I am predicting, I think this, remember, this is just for education and entertainment. You're not allowed to rely on this. You're not allowed to invest based on it. You have to just listen to my entertainment and education and then do what you decide to do. I'm not telling you what to do. So I think it's going to consolidate, which means go sideways. I think it's going to start going up in December, and I think it's going to finish going up in January, February, March at about double, at about $120,000. And I think that's going to pull up all the metaverse coins. And so everybody is going to be happy, including me. I'm really happy because I just bought another metaverse coin. And I'm going to tell you about it tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single issue. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you come back and hear tomorrow's video on which coin I just bought today, which coin in the metaverse. And please like it and comment. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. And now a very important issue. Hello, and thank you for listening to that exciting video. Now, click on Meta in order to subscribe so that other people will enjoy it too. And click right here to enjoy my previous video, and click right there to enjoy the video about Sand, my favorite crypto metaverse coin.